what we know now is Wall Street can bring down Main Street. And frankly, I'm going to tell you, it's a little scary.
Your company is now bankrupt. Our economy is in a state of crisis.
Did you mislead your investors? And I remind you, sir, you're under oath.
In your testimony today, right here, right now, you continue to deflect personal responsibility.
I mean, I'm going to be blunt here. People want to know if you defrauded investors.
That should be a yes or no, sir.
You don't seem to acknowledge that you did anything wrong.
You know, we talk about what happened at Lehman, and we talk about whose fault and why wasn't I on it, and my employees, my shareholders, creditors, clients have taken a huge amount of pain. I wake up every single night thinking, what could I have done differently? This is a pain that will stay with me for the rest of my life. That's all.
So look, you know, Kolanovic, right? He's been known as the man Marco has been known as a man who can move markets. And basically, something that he's been seen in the markets the past couple of years has really bothered him, which is what happens when trading declines and liquidity falls away, right? You have these sharp flash crashes. So he's basically predicting that when when the recession occurs, you're going to have these flash crashes. But instead of the markets coming back really quickly, you're going to basically have sustained and more severe flash crashes, which is a concern.
One of the things I've always admired about you as an investor is that you don't talk about what should be. You figure out what is going to be, and then you do that. So what is going to be with respect to the stock market? What's going to happen?
I learned very early in my investing careers, I better not invest in what I want. I better invest in what's happening in the world. Otherwise, I'll be broke, dead broke. Well, what's going to happen is this is going to continue. Some stocks in America are turning into a bubble. The bubble's going to come, then it's going to collapse. And you should be very worried.
How big a crash could we be looking at?
It's going to be the worst in your lifetime.
I've had some pretty big ones in my lifetime. It's long.
It's going to be the biggest in my lifetime, and I'm older than you. No, it's going to be serious stuff. It's going to be very. We've had financial problems in America. Let's use America. Every 4 to 7 years since the beginning of the Republic. Well, it's been over 8 since the last one. This is the longest, or the second longest in recorded history, so it's coming. And the next time it comes, you know, in 2008 we had a problem because of debt. Henry, the debt. Now, that debt was nothing compared to what's happening now. In 2008, the Chinese had a lot of money saved for a rainy day. It started raining, they started spending the money. Now even the Chinese have debt, and the debt is so much higher. The Federal Reserve, the central bank in America, the balance sheet is up over 5 times since 2008. It's going to be the worst in my lifetime too. Be worried.
I am worried.
Good, good.
Can the Fed rescue us? Can anybody rescue us?
They will try. They will. What's going to happen is they're going to raise interest rates some more. Then when things start going really bad, people are going to call and say, you must save me. It's Western civilization is going to collapse. And the Fed, who's made up of bureaucrats and politicians, will say, well, we better do something. And so they will try, but it won't work. It'll cause some rallies, but it won't work this time.
And we are in a situation where Western civilization already seems to be possibly collapsing, even with the market going up all the time. Often when you do have a financial calamity, you get huge turmoil in the political system. What happens politically if that happens?
Well, that's why I moved to Asia. My children speak Mandarin because of what's coming. You're going to see governments fail. You're going to see countries fail this time around. Iceland failed last time. Other countries fail. You're going to see more of that. You're going to see parties disappear. You're going to see institutions that have been around for a long time. Lehman Brothers has been around over 150 years. Gone. Not even a memory for most people. Well, you're going to see a lot more of that next time around, whether it's museums or hospitals or universities or financial firms.
The core problem with financial crises is that the only way to stop them and fix them is to do things that people view as unjust and immoral by doing a bunch of things that are tragically offensive to people.
You know, when you got a big, ugly problem, the idea that you're going to have some elegant solution just is a pipe dream. So you're trading off doing something that's really unattractive versus doing nothing at all, which may be worse.
Do you think another crisis like 2008 could happen again?
There's a set of rules. Then the industry innovates. And they come up with things that aren't covered by the rules. So you have to have new rules. And you have new rules and they work for a while, but then people find a way around it. So the next crisis will come when there's another innovation that gets around these rules.
These crises are going to happen again. And again, I think that's one thing that you learn when you go through that. The same crisis is almost certainly not going to happen. Something else will, but not the same.
I don't know any banker who can look at themselves today and say, you know, we didn't make mistakes. Yet, most bankers at the time were as focused on helping provide a solution as they were just looking at their own problems.
People are trying to help each other. We were all trying to do the right thing for the country, and of course we were all part of the problem, but that doesn't mean we weren't going to try to do the right thing for the country.